Salutations everyone, Shadowtortoise here, back with another Naruto power scaling video for you all today. Now, I know I've been posting a lot of Naruto content recently, but that's because I've just had a lot of Naruto ideas as of late. Not unlike this most recent video you're watching, which today it will be if end of part 1 Naruto could beat the Sound 4. But before we start today's video, please hit that like button, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel. Also click the notification button to know when I upload. Finally, check out my Patreon and my YouTube membership program. Now, this is actually a rather interesting matchup as we briefly saw Sasuke fight the Sound 4 on his own. And while we do get to see the Sasuke recovery team fight the Sound 4 individually, and it's all while the Sound 4 is weakened, how would they actually fare at full power against End of Part 1 Naruto? I think it's a rather interesting topic. So, to begin the video, I think it's best we discuss Naruto's scaling by the end of Part 1, as I never really get to talk about that. Now, Naruto at the end of Part 1 should actually be relative to Sasuke in most aspects. This is due to the fact we see a fatigued Naruto able to somewhat contend and fight Sasuke. Now, what do I mean by fatigued? Well, Naruto at this point had his chakra drained by Jirobo in the Earth Prison Dome he made. And yet, despite this, he was shown able to react to Sasuke multiple times, both catching his punch and reacting to a kunai he throws with enough speed to retaliate with his own. Now, some people might argue that getting Kurama's chakra refilled his chakra reserves, but I'm unconvinced as this never happened during the war or even in part 1 as we saw. This is actually further supported in the guidebooks as Naruto should be relative if not equal to Sasuke, as in the second data book, Naruto is stated to have learned a jutsu comparable to the Chidori and is completely able to stalemate Sasuke, and for those who believe the Sharingan gives you an amp to the user's physical stats, that was a 2 Tomoe Sasuke, and Naruto showed relativity to him. This is actually further supported by Sasuke feeling the need to enter the curse-marked first stage to deal with Naruto, which we know amplifies your physical stats to some degree because it amplifies one's chakra. And what's even more interesting about this is Naruto is still able to somewhat react to Sasuke. He's capable of dodging his fire style jutsu that is launched in curse-marked stage 1. Granted, yes, moments after he was grabbed and had a Chidori ram through his chest, but I think it's still a very impressive feat. And if you add what people call KM0 into the mix, it gets very interesting, as Naruto is able to completely speed blitz Sasuke at that point. And don't even get me started on version 1 Naruto. But now then, let's discuss the Sound 4 and how they complement as a 4-man team and what they have going for them. Now, when discussing the Sound 4, we need to make something very clear. The fight with each of the members of the Konoha 12 is not fully indicative of their full capabilities, as they were all nerfed during that fight. This is because they were forced to fight 2 special Jonin right before and use stage 2 of their curse mark just to defeat them, then had to rest for a while before they were even able to move. So no, none of them were at full capacity when they had that fight, but we do still have some metrics for how strong they should be in base. In the manga, we see that Sasuke in base without his Sharingan is capable of dodging and reacting to each of the Sound 4 members and is able to combat their combined might for a short time. So in base, they should all be around the lower end of high tuning level, able to combat people like Weightless Lee, which is actually consistent as special Jonin are known for having 1 or 2 stats in the Jonin level and the rest being high tuning, and the 4 of the Sound 4 members are able to beat 2 special Jonin as a combined unit. Now, that is to say the 2 special Jonin were out of chakra, so this would not scale in the Jonin level. But then what about their unique abilities? Now let's first discuss Jirobo. Now he has a jutsu called the Earth Prism Dome. Now this jutsu is capable of draining victims of their chakra. He also possesses the Arhat Fist, which is a very brute force based style. He's able to use this to great effect to knock around Choji while using his human boulder jutsu. Choji was stated by Shikamaru to have the greatest striking power of the Sasuke retrieval team, which means in theory Jirobo should be the physically strongest of the Sound 4. This is further amplified in stage 2 when he was able to single-handedly send a giant Choji flying with a single palm strike. Now, Kidomaru is the next on our list, and unlike the other Sound 4 members, he's not really that big into hand-to-hand. He mostly uses his webbing and his spider summons, but when pushed to close range, he does have some good options, like his armor that he can don. But what is crazy is his incredible intelligence. Without any real knowledge of how the Byakugan works, he was able to deduce the blind spot and weakness of the Byakugan and capitalize it, while also utilizing it to give him a crazy advantage over Neji. Tayuya is our next Sound 4 member, and she's probably the weirdest character to scale. Now, she does have good feats, but her opponent was Shikamaru, an incredibly intelligent character who uses crazy strategies to press and deal with her. Now, she specializes in genjutsu, using her flute to control 3 demons who actually combat for her, but their actual combat speed is questionable as Shikamaru was able to dodge and react to their attacks, so it's difficult to say if they're actually relevant in the fight. No, what would be relevant is her actual genjutsu. She is able to use sound-based genjutsu to place a target under a genjutsu where they can't move. Now, it's obviously not unbreakable, as Shikamaru was able to break his own finger to snap out of the genjutsu, but it is something to mention. Finally, we have Sakon and Yukon, the final and strongest members of the Sound 4. They are a duo who have a cell manipulation Kage Genkai, which allows them to break their bodies down on a molecular level. This can allow them to fuse with other living creatures and attack them from inside. Now, he has the best showings of the Sound 4, as unlike the rest of them, he was able to fight and heavily press base Sasuke during their encounter. Though it seems like Sakon, thanks to his Kage Genkai, was able to press Sasuke, as he's shown being blocked and reacted to by Sasuke. Sakon also doesn't seem to be the smartest fighter, as Sasuke was able to use wires to catch him off guard and set him up for Alliance Barrage. But now that we've gone over both parties, how will this fight actually play out? Now, when it comes to Naruto versus Sound 4, it's actually rather interesting. Physically, he should be overall stronger than each of the members of the Sound 4, as he shows relativity to Final Valley Sasuke with the 2 Tomoe Sharingan. At bare minimum, Sasuke should have better reaction speed than the Sasuke who fought the Sound 4, and he was actually mopping them pretty well. Granted, that was in base, so yeah. Naruto should scale above all of the members of the Sasuke Retrieval team, 2 of which were able to beat their respective members of the Sound 4. Now, some might argue, oh, they beat Raito and Genma, so Naruto shouldn't be an issue. Well, the issue is not only were Genma and Raito out of chakra, but the Sound 4 had to go stage 2 to beat them, and had to rest afterwards as they were basically drained. So that's not a feat inherently. Though, once the Sound 4 do get up to stage 2, this is where I think they have the best chance of beating Naruto. I think Naruto could definitely take them out individually without too much difficulty, but as a unit they become much harder. That is, however, until Naruto uses KM0. For those who don't remember, Naruto can actually draw out the Nine-Tails chakra whenever he wants. A small portion of it, but he can still do it thanks to Jiraiya's training. Even if it's the Aura version, I still think it should be enough to give him the advantage to beat the Sound 4. And he gets a massive physical boost and access to a large amount of chakra. And that is if it even gets to that point, as Naruto could just summon a large variety of clones and just jump them, which is in character. There is a chance he takes out 1 or 2 of them before they even get up to stage 2, which if that happens, it's kind of wraps. But that's just my opinion on the whole matter, and tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Until we meet again, good luck in your power scaling endeavors.